Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Cam with Stoic Soldier. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Happy Saturday. Yes, I'm doing it a day early today. It's been kind of a crazy week, and I wanted to get ahead of the game and making sure that I stay committed to my promise of one every single week. Slowly getting back on schedule, a few little adjustments to come here and there, but here we are for today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope you guys have had a great week. Happy 2026. I know it's crazy. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it as well. Um, New year, new day. Um, at the end, it's just another reminder that every day that we wake up is a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to change, new opportunity to reinvent yourself, to create something new. And don't take that for granted. Take it as a blessing. It's something to cherish, something to be grateful for. With every second that we're here and every second that we realize that we return when we may or may not have had the opportunity to. So, anyway, without further ado, getting into the video of the day. So, as we talked about in the past, what is one of the key principles behind having a stoic mindset, stoic philosophy? That is generally acceptance. That is generally being at ease and finding comfort in that which you can't change. So, acceptance by that, it doesn't mean that you just sit by and let life happen and do absolutely nothing. No, that's what a lot of people get wrong. That's the misinterpretation. It comes down to, again, accepting what is beyond our control. So, if you are doing something that is clearly wrecking your life, that is not a healthy habit, that is clearly causing you detriment, you don't have to stick around for that. By all means, you can change that, but if it's something beyond your control, if it's somebody that you want to change, if it's a global event especially, you sitting there catastrophizing over it is just wasting your time, wasting your energy, and causing you unnecessary distress. So at that point, that's where Stoic philosophy comes in and seeing what can I do to change myself, and then eventually lead by example, changing those around me by doing exactly that. By me living and leading my own life, I change those around me by ultimately changing me. So when it comes down to societal norms, especially, they're not always right. I'm pretty sure we can all come to that conclusion and to that realization that a lot of things that are considered to be quote unquote normal in the mainstream media are not exactly ideal. They're not exactly what we would consider normal or that should be normalized. From the excessive usage of technology, especially the social media, being hooked on it, even though people are always saying that it's for business purposes. If you can do it for just that, fantastic, that's great. But more often than not, that ends up not being the case. So for those of you who can control, hey, hats off to you. But most people end up getting sucked into it because of one thing, because of ego, because of wanting to fit in, because of that need to try to conform with the norm, as they say. Try to follow the crowd. Now, again, by all means, do what you can to find a community, to find a group of people like you. There's nothing wrong with that. No, by no means am I advocating against that, but not to the extent of losing yourself. Because if you do that, then even though you become accepted as this corporatized corporate clone, you're never ever going to feel whole. You might be accepted for the time being, but at the end of the day, they don't care for you. They don't care for you as you are. And you can try all you want to fit in, but that's not the authentic version of you. That's not the real you that they like. That's the you that has put on this mask, this facade of being a yes man, of being a people pleaser, of trying to be this person who's constantly looking to accommodate and not offend anyone, being politically correct, what have you. And ultimately, you're going to piss somebody off, and there's nothing you can do about that. You do what you can for the sake of damage control, but not to the point of suppressing each and every single part and aspect of yourself, because that's unhealthy. And above all, people will actually respect you less for doing so. Because what do they always say? The truth shall set you free. And you are doing the exact polar opposite by doing that. Now, let's take this example. Let's say you want to start your own business. let's say that you have this new creative, innovative idea and you want to share it with people. Now, again, not everybody's going to want to be a part of it. Not everybody's going to jump on board immediately. Ultimately, you do want people to take a liking to who you are. You want them to take a liking to what you have to offer. But again, it's not going to appeal to every single crowd. It's not going to appeal to every single audience. The one size fits all is just a myth. There's no such thing as all around perfection. And even if you end up going that route, let's say you have a product that you want to sell. Let's say that you have a brand that you want to sell. If you are constantly adjusting it, if you're constantly fixing it to please a certain crowd of people within an organization that are of the highest power. Let's say that you want to impress the big bosses. Let's say you want to impress the head honchos, the top of the food chain over there. But you guys are on two completely different frequencies and wavelengths. Your interests are just not aligned whatsoever. However, let's say you end up winning them over. Fantastic. Now you're on board. Now you're part of the team. And now you guys can work on that project together. Now you guys can go out and sell that product, whatever it may be. But even though it may feel good to be accepted for that time being, again, remember, they were never accepting you. They accepted the fact that you accommodated them. And over time, it's going to just pile on. They're going to keep adding more things and adding more things. They're going to keep chipping away at your ideas and ultimately chipping away at who you are, taking away your individuality. And then next thing you know, you're not going to feel like you. You're going to start feeling lost. You're going to start feeling like you have no identity, especially having no identity outside of these individuals who you were trying to impress from the get-go. And that is not a healthy way to live. Ultimately, it's going to come down to you're not going to want to be there anymore. You're not going to want to continue promoting and selling and trying to advertise this product, trying to advertise for this business. So, again, even though that you want to try to find something that people will want to buy, even though that you would want to try to find something that's somewhat of a hot commodity, something that is in high demand, you also want to do it within reason to the point where you're not completely deviating away from yourself and you're not just being a corporate copycat, because at the end of the day, no one's going to respect that. And more importantly, you are not going to respect that about yourself. So do these things within reason. Understand the concepts of what people are looking for, but still don't be afraid to add your own touch to it. Add your own twist. What do they always say when trying to make something happen? Take it one day at a time. Take it one step at a time. So in the case of business, you would start with showing a couple family members, showing a couple friends, asking their opinion, seeing if they benefit from it, seeing if it's doing them any good in their day-to-day life. And then they start telling people word of mouth. Everyone knows a person who knows a person. As I always like to say, and I'm sure many of you do, those of you who are in the business world, whoever's not a business partner is a referral partner. Because again, everyone's got a crowd. There's nobody who knows just one or two people in this entire world. Everyone's got some kind of connection. That's why I always say, and I always encourage myself as well as others, to not hesitate when going to any kind of social events. It doesn't matter how long you stay. You don't necessarily have to participate in any of the activities if you don't want to. At least just go there for a short period of time, even if it's not the entirety of the event, to just talk to people, see who you can meet. And if within that time you generally find that you just don't click or connect with any single person there, which long term or even short term is highly unlikely, then go out and do your own thing. Then you can dip at that point. But at least make the effort to try to find common ground. Again, not to the point of trying to reduce yourself maybe to their level so that they feel comfortable, and more importantly that you feel like you belong, but still just trying to find somewhat of a happy medium, because no two individuals are ever going to be completely identical. That's just the reality of it. But being able to meet each other halfway, two people are going to like two different kinds of cuisines, two different people are going to like two different kinds of music, but they might like the same movies. They might have the same business interests. They might like the same kind of artwork, so on and so forth. The story goes on and on. So whatever commonalities that you guys do have, you use that. You make the best of it. And then from there, they know somebody else who fills in that gap. They didn't like something, or they weren't of, they didn't find something about you, or they didn't find the same interest that you did in something else, then that other person will. So understand what it is that people are looking for. Try to comprehend what exactly they're trying to find in the marketplace, but don't just simply try to duplicate down to a T what everybody else is doing, because there is no such thing as you. There's no such other thing as you. You are the only version of you out there. Just as every Bob, Billy, Joe is, there's only one version of that Bob, Billy, and Joe. And by you trying to duplicate that, you're depriving yourself and others of what you have to offer. That's your way of communicating that me as this individual, I can't do anything innovative. And then the more that you do that, the more you start believing that you're not capable of delivering something based off of who you are, coming from a place of genuine authenticity. So know who you are, value yourself, and while you're still trying to make the best of the knowledge and researching whatever you can around you, don't forget to bring the best part to the table, and that's you. Do all your homework, but don't leave yourself at home, because you are the most important part. You are the main recipe. You are the secret ingredient. Cool. That's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. More videos to come within the next couple days. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there are any questions, concerns, suggestions, requests, I'd be more than happy to hear them. Please leave them in the comments. And I will be seeing you guys all next week. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Stoic Soldier out.